Hi guys, it's Sheila Shimmers. Welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be trying out the Haley's foundation. This is something I've heard a lot of people talk about. We're actually going to be pairing this foundation with their powder, and I have it right here. This one is supposed to be really good at smoothing, blurring everything out, so I'm super excited. I've only heard good things about both of these items, so I am super pumped. I really want to know if this is going to be like one of my new favorites or if it's going to be good for the winter, because I have very dry skin. My skin has been like really good the past couple of weeks, but yesterday I felt that it started just like drying up a little bit and it started feeling up a little bit like rigid. So I'm super excited. This one is the Reset Liquid Matte Foundation by Haley's Beauty. You can find this one at Target, Riley Rose, and obviously Haley's Foundations, or not Haley's Foundation, Haley's website. I purchased this one from the Haley's website because I didn't see that some of the shades that were offered on Target and Riley Rose, I didn't think that they were going to fit me. More of the medium shades were sold out on both websites. So I went with the shade 4.30 Warm, and I don't know if it's going to be a little dark for me, but that's okay because I am more on the tan side right now, and honestly I do prefer when foundations are darker. That way I can lighten up with concealer, or I can mix it with something else rather it be too light, because then I have to like mix it with something much darker and use less of that foundation. So when I purchased both of these items, they also sent this little beauty sponge. It's black, it is wet, that's why it's a little bit big, but I do think I really like this one. It feels really squishy and soft. The only downfall for black ones is that you can see all the product just left over in it, and it gets really dirty. But honestly, I think black looks really cool, so I'm super excited and super pumped to try this out. This one is the Haley Beauty Reset Matte Foundation. It brings 1 fluid ounce, and the first ingredient on this one is water, which is really good because that means it's not going to dry my skin out. I really don't see any alcohol on the ingredients, but it does hit my shade on the top right here. So 4.30 Warm is my shade. So I'm on their website right now. This one retails for $20, and it comes in a variety of shades. You can see right here the shade range. I think it's pretty good range. I think there are about 33 shades, and it says that it's a liquid matte foundation formulated with a double dose of pigment to deliver instant coverage that hides all imperfections. It says that it's medium to full liquid, obviously. Has a matte finish and is good for normal, combination, and oily skin. Doesn't mention dry, but I'm just like crossing my fingers. It says that it's free of parabens, sulfates, phthalates, and fragrance. So I'm super pumped. For the directions, it does say, for best results, apply with a sponge. Build to full coverage by layering as needed. So it doesn't really say how you open this. I really hope that I don't break this, because what? Okay. Alright, so you just take this little piece off. It just, for some reason, I felt like you had to twist it. I don't know why I got that impression. And this is where the product comes out. This is a little bit of a plastic bottle, and it's kind of like a little squeezy tube. It's probably not bad, but it's not like my favorite, application formula. So, as far as shades, it looks pretty nice. I think that's a little bit over a pump. I would say that's like a pump and a half, maybe. So I'm going to go with that, and I'm just going to be using the little sponge right here that I have. So I'm going to be using this sponge on the right side of my face, and then depending on how it looks, I'm going to see if I want to do the brush on the other. So let's just go ahead. Oh, I think that's going to be a really good shade. It might be a little too dark, but let's just go ahead. Didn't even put like much product, and I do actually feel like this looks really nice. I can definitely see the natural finish. It is covering up really nicely. I definitely want to do one more layer, but so far I think that looks so stunning. You can see my face over here and like all my redness, my pimples, and you can see this side and see how everything is like even. I feel like as far as shades, it's a little bit more warm than what I like to go with, but once I apply my concealer, everything is going to look bomb. I think it's a really nice shade. So so pretty. I also think that the sponge is really nice as well. It just feels really nice on your skin. I do want to see the foundation up close though because my mirror is really far from me, so I'm just going to be using this. I am noticing that it looks a little bit like makeup once you see it up close. Do think that it really looks really nice. I feel like once I set everything, it's going to like look really smooth. I did forget to prime now that I think about it, so that's probably why I'm seeing like the little texture on my face, because I'm seeing a lot of texture over here and over here. But other than that, the foundation looks so pretty. It definitely looks very medium to full. I think it's a little bit closer to full. I still have a little bit more to go, so if I wanted to use more foundation, I could probably use that, but I just feel like it looks so nice as it is that I don't want to like, you know, I don't want it to be too caked up. I'm just going to be applying a little bit more of this and going with a brush on this side. So I have a lot of redness on this side right now. I definitely want to see how this covers it up. So let's just go ahead. And I did put what I think it's one pump right here. So let's just go ahead and get started. I do feel like I use a lot more product with the brush side because the brush kind of like squished it in. So I really like the finish on the sponge side. I feel like this one looks a lot more natural, and honestly I do prefer it over this one. I don't think you can like kind of see the difference, but I just feel like this side is a little bit more glowy and like natural. Not that this one doesn't have any shine to it, because I do see a little bit peeking through, but I just think that it looks a little bit more flat, at least in person. Really excited. I'm going to be applying just some concealer, and then when we're going to come back to talk about the powder. Okay, so I put some concealer. I also put some liquid bronzer with a concealer from Juvia's Place. I'm going to be jumping into the Retouch Perfecting Powder. This is a loose powder from Hailey's Beauty, and it comes in this little box right here. And I'm just going to take it out so you guys can see it. It's very small. I'm getting like really used to like the big bulky powders, but honestly this is like a breath of fresh air because I just want to go back to like minimalistic things that I can pack to go away. But I think this is really nice. It's just a frosted glass bottle. It is plastic though, and it has a little top, a black cap that says Hailey on the top. You can see on the back that it says just the name of the powder. It does come in only one shade. This is the only shade that you can get, so hopefully it don't have any flashback with it. Just gonna go ahead and open it up. It does have a little sticker to prevent it from falling out or anything. So let's just go ahead and take this off. I'm gonna ruin a nail. I just know it. I don't know why they do this to us. This one retails for $22 and it brings 0.26 ounces. It says that it's a silky vegan setting powder designed to soothe and nourish the skin for an airbrush finish. It is a sheer coverage. It's obviously powder. It's good for normal, combination, and oily, and it has ingredients as soybean oil and vitamin E. The reason I decided to purchase this one is because people have said that this is good for even people with dry skin because it doesn't look drying or whatsoever. So I thought it was really good because I honestly cannot even bake sometimes. Like when I use loose powder, I have to put it on very mildly and also take it off really fast because it will dry my skin and it would just look really bad. From my first impression, I think it looks nice. Obviously my Chanel one is a little bit more finely milled than this one. I think it has a really nice color as well, but let's go ahead and set it. You guys, are you kidding me? Okay, so first of all, this disappeared as soon as I applied it, and it actually like looks really nice. I feel like it took a little bit of the brightness that I had, but honestly that is not such a bad thing because I feel like my skin now looks really smooth and like looks really even on this side. You can see over here that it just looks a little bit less smooth. It looks a lot more wet, obviously because the concealer is still wet, but it does have a little bit of like light underneath my eyes that I don't have on this side anymore. But honestly, do you guys see how like smoothing and perfect this side looks? It honestly looks like if I just like smooth it out with an application on my phone or something. Like, I'm not even exaggerating this. I think this is a powder that you can definitely go out and purchase and you won't regret it because I think it looks really pretty. I don't think $22 is the most inexpensive powder though. So if you have one that you do like in a drugstore, stick to that one, girl. Like, you don't need to spend more than that. But if you want to spend a little bit more on a powder, and you know, this one you have to order from the website, so it creates a little bit more issues, but I do think it is worth it so far from this very like first impression. So it just really wowed me because it's been a long time since I've tried a powder that I like this much. Let's try this side. Okay. On this side, I did have a little bit more powder, so it's looking a little bit more powdery. I'm going to apply the rest on my forehead. So even though it's looking powdery, you can definitely keep blending it and like soaking it into your skin, and it'll keep like disappearing. Notice I haven't like taken anything off my skin, and my skin just like, it's just looking really nice. I'm going to be doing the rest of my makeup, and I will be right back to give you guys my first impressions, I guess, and then we're just going to see how it wears throughout the day. So my whole face is done. If you are interested in seeing my look that I have on my eyes today, I did film another video on this one. So look on my channel to find it because I think it is such a stunning look. I did use the Anastasia Beverly Hills Norvina palette, so I think it's really, really, really cute. I first want to talk about the sponge because I really, really liked it. It does say Haley's here. I did forget to mention that. So it's really similar to like the Dose of Colors that they just released. Honestly, this is from one use, and you can see right there how you can see all the product. So that is something that I don't like because it honestly always looks dirty, and I feel like on my videos I don't want it to look dirty even though it's kind of impossible. This one is very similar to like the actual beauty blender that is very expensive. That's why I stopped buying it, but I do really like this one, so maybe I'll go back and see how much this one cost actually to purchase myself, because it actually came with the order for free. So this looks stunning. This looks so gorgeous. Like, this actually looks really, really nice. I'm gonna let you guys like see how it looks, how everything applied over top. This applied like a dream. I actually love this. I had a little bit of doubts when I first applied it by itself, but honestly, after going with this powder is magical. I don't know what is in here, but this is magical. I was a little bit worried that this would leave a little bit of a cast on my face, but this looks stunning. It kind of like melted into my skin, and I didn't even have to like buff it away. I did use a pretty good amount on this side. I went pretty mild as always on this side, but this, like, both sides just look really nice. It definitely smoothed everything out. It made it look really matte, so I definitely want to see if it makes everything look, you know, matte throughout the day. But I did forget to prime, which is a no-no for me. Like, have to prime, and today I forgot, and I hate it because it's a foundation review. So I like to give you guys like my honest reviews on how everything is looking, because I do prime all the time, so when I don't prime, I don't really know how things are going to work out. But honestly, this looks bomb, and the fact that I didn't put any primer on and it still looks bomb, just... So far, super impressed with the foundation, super impressed with the powder, so I can't wait to try more things from this brand. I hope you guys stay tuned for the end of the video and to see how everything wears tonight. It's 9 p.m. right now. I totally forgot to do like the first check-in because I got distracted. I was making dinner, I was eating, I was watching a movie, and time just like flew by, guys. I am so sorry, but I am here to let you guys know how this is wearing. I've worn it for 7 hours now. I didn't go anywhere, honestly, but I did run outside a couple of times. I was cleaning my house. I'm kind of decorating for the, you know, the seasons. And so I was running around a lot, and it's not very cold in my house, so I felt like I was sweating. So I feel like even though I was in like extreme heat, I was like moving around and doing stuff. So if you are working for like 7 or 8 hours, this is how the foundation would look like, because I was like active. I wasn't just like sitting around. I was also cooking, so like my face was like in front of like, you know, boiling pans and stuff like that. So I feel like it looks really, really nice. It looks better than when I first put it on. And that's crazy to me because I feel like it definitely does look better than the first couple of hours that I was wearing it. I obviously think that you should definitely prime with this foundation. I'm so sorry that I forgot to prime today, for those people that want to see how this wears with a primer, because I completely started doing my makeup. It like slipped my mind. So first I want to mention that the shade range is really nice. I feel like I do like it. It was a little bit hard to find my shade, but honestly I feel like the foundation shade that I chose, it's really good. I think it's a little bit more on the golden side, so it's not my perfect match, especially when I saw it outside. I kind of took a picture and my face looked a little bit more orange than the rest of my body. But when I do tan, I do get a little bit more bronzy, especially when I fake tan. So during the winter, I do fake tan because I can't stand looking very like yellowy and pale. So I do fake tan, so that's going to look really nice. If not, I can just mix it with a much lighter foundation, and that is okay. $22, I feel like it's a really nice price point. It is not drugstore price, but it's also not like expensive. So it's a little bit on the medium side, and you do get 1 fluid ounce. So it's really nice. I feel like as far as packaging, this one looks really sleek. I feel like it's something different. As far as the sponge and the brush, I do prefer the sponge side just because it was a much easier application and just look really nice and more natural. But the brush side, honestly, there's no difference. It's probably all in my head. I feel like it just looks the same. Those are things that you can definitely fix with a little bit of primer, so don't be alarmed. I do still think that this foundation is wearing great without primer because it's not rubbing off, it's not moving around. The foundation doesn't feel like it's sitting on top of my face, which is what happens when I don't use primer. I just feel like the foundation is kind of like just sitting on top of my face, and like anything can move it, or you know, it just creates a little bit of mess. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Sorry that I missed kind of like the first couple of clips. I got a little bit distracted, but thank you so much for tuning in, and as always, please don't forget to subscribe below and like this video, and I will see you guys on my next one. Bye!